Okay, here we go. Episode 2. I am 1 week into my testosterone cream, and I can gladly say I am starting to feel better. I am definitely not 100%, but I definitely feel like I can get out of bed in the morning again. And that I have a little more drive to go work out. So it's not, like I said, it's not 100%, but we're definitely doing better. Also, that I feel I'm getting much more restful sleep. So that was kind of like an unknown sign of low testosterone. I felt like I had restless leg syndrome. I would like toss and turn all night. It was just, I never woke up feeling rested. I just always wanted to go back to sleep. Granted, I did just have some coffee, but I don't feel like I'm having like the 1 p.m. crash of like I can't even function. Like I felt like I couldn't even function, you guys. Like, I mean, if I didn't have kids, I probably wouldn't have got out of bed. You know what I mean? Like it was tough. And that also makes you feel like a bad mom. But I also feel like that's the other big thing is I've had more energy to play with my kids. Like we went outside and I felt like I could swing them, and I didn't want to just sit in the chair and watch them. So that's been good, overall, and just a little less irritable. So definitely we're on the right track. I can't wait for another couple weeks for things to really keep kicking in and kind of feeling back like my old self again. So definitely exciting things there. After I recorded last week's episode, I had my check with my coach, and given just how I was feeling last week with the testosterone and the cream wasn't on board yet, I got the cream last Tuesday, and you take it in the morning, so my first dose was Wednesday morning, so now we're a weekend. We decided to really cut back on the cardio I was doing, so we took out the HIIT training, and then the metabolic circuit day, and substitute it with just some low intensity steady state, 20 minutes twice a week. But I'll be honest, I had to really cut back on all workouts. There was a leg day I completely missed. Back and buys, I got through 2 exercises and literally wanted to take a nap. Like it was bad. And I just said, I can't do this. I was also, I had my allergies were really acting up, fighting kind of some sinus issues. So I think it was just kind of like a double whammy with that low testosterone. So I pretty much took the whole week off of workouts. Didn't hit my step goal, didn't really work out that much. I did focus on macros, although we went back to Iowa for the weekend, so my macros were not perfect on Saturday and Sunday. They weren't terrible, but definitely I was short on protein, high over on carbs, which that distribution can just really change things as far as like even how much water you hold on to. So when I got back on Sunday night and Monday, I chugged water, stayed really hydrated those couple days. And on Tuesday, yesterday's check-in, nothing had changed. Scale was the same, measurements were the same. So I was really happy with that. My coach was really happy with that, kind of given the week of that we took everything off. And so we're hopeful this week, just kind of probably getting a little bit more on track as far as like step goal, getting workouts more consistently, including my 2 list sessions, we decided to hold off another week on adding back in the HIIT and the metabolic circuit, just to kind of give my body 1 more week for the testosterone cream to really keep setting in hopes that, we're only going forward from here. She did extend my workouts. So this phase of hypertrophy strength, hypertrophy power, she extended another 4 weeks, which makes like the longest workout phase I've ever done at 20 weeks. But at least my workouts change each week with like reps and sets. And I have options of exercises, so I can kind of change it up as need be. But to be honest, like I don't change it up a whole lot. Because really it doesn't have to be anything fancy. It's progressive overload. The focus of strength, hypertrophy, and power are different enough. It's just a different stimulus on the body, and my body's responded really well. Since starting at the end of January to now, I'm down 8 pounds, multiple inches. So it's definitely responded, and I know that my low testosterone kind of inhibited a lot of that, plus lack of sleep. But on a side note, my baby did sleep almost 11 hours last night, so I'm just super hopeful that we might be on a track there that this mama can get some sleep. It's obviously something I don't have a lot of control over. Whether my baby sleeps through the night, I can just keep praying about it, and hopefully we're kind of past that stage. So that will help me get more sleep, because sleep is super important into recovery and just making body composition changes and allowing your muscles to heal, turning off that stress response, all that good stuff. So hopeful there that will start changing. And then as far as macros, nothing changed with macros. I didn't have a super consistent week, so really it was hard to tell, like, would I have dropped if I wouldn't have been over on the weekend? Would I have dropped if my workouts would have been done? So really not a good week to make changes anyway. And so we've just left everything, and we'll reevaluate next check-in. If things need to drop or not. I'm hopeful actually just getting kind of back into full swing of workouts, that it should not, but I am making a big focus this week of food quality. So when I coach clients, I coach more of the if it fits your macros, more flexible lifestyle dieting, where when you start getting into extreme goals such as bodybuilding and competing, the food quality becomes extremely important into getting to you to lose that body fat into composition, for workouts to continue to feel good, for energy, right? That processed food can give you the ups and downs of energy, really holds on to water. Plus they're addictive. They're meant to be addictive. That's how they make them. And so that makes it really hard to hit your macros, so especially as they get lower. So that's kind of a big focus this week too, just to help us kind of keep food quality as well as my gut health. So in a week from tomorrow, I have a call with Joanna, my hormone lady. We did a gut health test, as well as testing my hormones. So we finally get the results of that and get to go over that. I've had some issues. Really, I mean, if I look back at my gut issues, it started back in like 2015, where I was having a lot of gut issues. Went gluten-free for a while. Got told I had a fructose intolerance. I did the low FODMAP diet for a while. And then it was kind of slowly getting better. I would have random flares of things. I had to really avoid like dairy, like whey protein. I could not do. I did have vegan. I knew if I had too much of something, it just like really threw my gut off. And then I got pregnant, and it all went away. I kid you not, it all went away. And Joanna had a really good explanation for that, was that when you're pregnant and your hormones increase, it can change your gut flora. So you can tolerate things more. I said, I can tolerate like dairy, and like with my second child, my God, you guys, I ate ice cream out of the container. I wanted nachos. My husband looked at me, he goes, what the hell is wrong with you? He's like, you've never eaten this much ice cream in I don't know, 7 years he's known me, right? I made him get nachos for me once a week. But I could tolerate it. And so that really explained that with like the hormones and stuff. And I will say, even after having the kids, like it did change. Like it kind of shifted back to its normal of like certain foods will set me off, but I could tolerate whey protein, but I can only tolerate certain yogurts. I'll know if I have a cheese heavy meal, my gut just doesn't feel very good. Just things I've picked up and learned about myself, but that also is somewhat how you learn about intuitive eating as well. You track it, you understand that this is what you ate, this is why you feel this way, all that good stuff. But so I've had that, and then just continued issues after Colin of just kind of this random bloating. I feel like I've held on to a lot of weight in my abdomen, which is not normal for me after pregnancy. That's usually one of the first places to respond, and my hips are usually the last, where it's kind of an opposite. My hips have responded actually really well. I keep holding on to this lower abdominal weight. Kind of feel like I'm 8 weeks pregnant all the time. I'm not pregnant. So just things that hopefully we'll have some answers to on that. And of course I will keep you updated into all those results, and if I'm adding any medications in. But yeah, so that's kind of where we stand. Everything stays the same. I will continue practicing on posing. I do feel like my turn is getting better. It's just constant mobility work, constant practice of turning. It is definitely different to pose in heels with just your tennis shoes. So I need to pose in heels more than just my shoes, just because it shifts your weight a little bit. So how you have to arch and things like that, it changes it. So that is also on my goal for the week. So yeah, otherwise, like I said, I'll come back next week and hopefully we'll continue to feel good with testosterone and have an update with the gut health.